Good morning, YouTube. Happy, what's the date today? Vlogtober 18th, Wednesday. Heading out the door. I'm actually getting ready to go in for my colonoscopy. I get to ride in Janine's truck, so that's always exciting. That's always an adventure. That's always an adventure going into Janine's truck. Whoa! Say hello. Janine's my ride today, so she has to literally stay in the waiting room while I'm under. They won't even let her leave. So
Maureen says she's gonna put me to work.
Maureen's gonna put. Oh, I gotta put my seatbelt on. Hold, please. Gotta put my seatbelt on. Oh, she's cracking her Pepsi. I haven't had anything to eat.
Oh, I like these too.
Do you like these? These were oh, the outfit of the day is this tie-dye shirt, comfort, and I'll show you the sweats I have. They actually have like these fake holes. I got these at Dollar General for $8.
Oh my God.
I know, such a deal. Anyways, that's all that's on my agenda today. I'll try to see if I can vlog a little bit of stuff, but they're gonna make Janine hang on to my phone. They won't let me vlog this procedure, will they? I
highly doubt it.
I bet you if I talked to Dr. Romano, he would let me, but I don't think I could upload it to YouTube. I don't think they would let me. Maybe they would. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for now, and I will check back in with you guys a little later.
Saw me, she goes, "Who were you with here?" And I'm like, "Joanne." She goes, "Joanne's not here." I go, "Yes, she is." I go, "I brought her in here."
So we're just getting the update. I'm back out from the procedure, and everything looks fine. They said I have a perfect
asshole.
They said I have a perfect asshole. So I always knew I was a perfect asshole. Now we're heading to get something to eat. I'm starving, so I might have to have a cheeky cheeseburger at 9:30 in the morning. Will they even have cheeseburgers at 9:30?
Well, you gotta go up to the office.
I gotta go to the
at Kim's. I don't have cash though.
No.
You have to have cash in that place.
I don't have cash. We'll figure it out. But we gotta go in here.
Yep.
And we have to go to the office. Maybe, but you know what? We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll go to Green Planet and I'll get like a smoothie and I'll get one of their breakfast thingies. I don't know. I'm in the mood for pancakes though, but I can always make myself some pancakes at home. I can always make my gluten-free pancakes. All right, I'll check back with you guys soon. So we made a quick stop at my office because there's a rumor that there's a package at my office. And then we're gonna go get something to eat. My stomach is still growling. Can you hear that? It's like you have all this air inside of you the whole entire time. Probably gonna be passing gas a lot today. But everything came out okay. It was a pretty painless procedure. You know, the hardest part was just them putting the IV in, which is a piece of cake. I'm used to that. Another notification. And everything came out good. So they said they didn't see anything. And they said, see you in 10 years. So I don't have to worry about this now until I'm 61. Nothing. No package yet. So it's been... How many hours has it been? It's about 10:30 at night, the day of my procedure, and I didn't get a chance to vlog much the rest of the day simply because I was kind of tired and groggy and not really feeling 100% up to vlogging. I'm feeling a lot better now, so I thought I would take this opportunity to just kind of sit down in front of the camera and talk to you guys a little bit more about my experience with having a colonoscopy. I thought maybe that there might be a lot of you out there that maybe haven't had one yet, maybe are a little bit nervous about going through this procedure, and really just want to hear from somebody who will tell you the truth, tell you straight up how the whole procedure went and if you should be nervous and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So let's first start off with the prep work for the procedure. So the prep work for the procedure started yesterday, where I had to not basically eat any solid foods for the entire day. I was restricted to having clear liquids like water, Gatorades, apple juice, you know, anything that's clear, nothing with a pulp. For food, I just had clear broth as far as like chicken bone broth. I found some organic stuff at Wegmans. And then I also got myself a bunch of Jell-O. The Jell-O really did the trick for me. Even though the Jell-O was sugar-free Jell-O and it wasn't that many calories, it just, eating that kind of halfway solid stuff really kind of helped my craving that, wow, I need to eat solid food. What can I eat? Jell-O was the answer. Just had to stay away from things with like red and I think blue dyes or something like that. They gave me a whole list of restrictions and stuff that I had to avoid. So the worst part of the prep work happens in the evening time, where at 4 o'clock I had to take this powder that they give you. It's a prescription. You have to either pick it up at your drugstore, or I have a mail order pharmacy that just mailed it to my house, in 8 ounces of water. Drink that down, and then drink 5 more 8-ounce glasses, and try to drink it, you know, they didn't say, they said at a pace that you can handle. So I did that. And then at 8 o'clock at night, you had to repeat the process. Another 8 ounce with the powder, drink that, and another 5 ounces of water. Well, let me tell you, that stuff basically clears out your system. I won't go into big detail. I'll just simply tell you that from that point on, almost until I woke up in the morning, I was really good friends with my toilet. We'll just put it like that. Woke up in the morning. Now here's a tip for you guys. If you get an opportunity to choose the time of your procedure, choose it for first thing in the morning, because that way you won't be that hungry. I literally woke up in the morning, I got showered, I got ready to leave, and then I could leave the house, go for my procedure. I didn't have to think about, oh, I didn't get breakfast, because you can't really have anything at all in your system in the morning. So that's one tip I can say, is make sure that you ask for an appointment to be first thing in the morning. Also, at the place where the procedure was happening, they also required you to have a driver. So I had to have, I had my friend Janine come with me. So she stood there, she stayed there in the waiting room. They didn't let her leave so that she could drive me home, because they do put you underneath anesthesia and you need to have a driver home. So that also was something that I had to kind of pre-plan ahead of time. How did I feel about the procedure? I wasn't nervous about the procedure itself. I always get a little bit nervous whenever I'm put underneath anesthesia. I think that's something that's normal for everybody. You know, when you kind of lose control and you go to sleep and you don't know what's happening when you're asleep. So I think I was the most anxious about that part of it. I was a little anxious about, like, was it gonna hurt, that kind of thing. But from everything that I've heard, people said, oh, you'll be fine, you don't feel a thing, you know, don't worry about it. Also, the other thing that kind of weighs on your mind is that even though this was just a regular screening for me, you know, it's at 50 years old, I turned 51 last week, but at 50 years old, at least in our area, and our requirements are that they recommend that you get a screening at 50. That way they at least have a picture of everything, and then they can compare that in the future for future changes. So with that said, with it being a routine screening, there's always that thing in the back of your mind is, well, what if they find something, right? Because you always know, you always hear of somebody who has colon cancer. We don't particularly have a history of it in my family, but I have had a lot of bouts and scares with different kinds of cancers. I've had thyroid cancer where I had my thyroid removed. I've had a precancerous lump removed from one of my breasts. So there's always that concern, like, is there something that they're going to find there? So that was another thing that was kind of weighing on my mind. But overall, as far as the procedure goes, those were the concerns that were going on in my mind before I actually, you know, went in there. When we walk into the procedure center, it was really, really fast. You literally checked in, they put a wristlet on me, and then I waited for them to call me. I left all of my belongings with the driver and just went back with, you know, I had the t-shirt on, and you wear something comfortable, obviously. I had sweats on. Now here's the interesting thing. They had me get a gown on, okay, so I had a regular hospital gown. They have you go, you know, have it opening in the back. You have to take off anything, all of your clothes, with the exception of socks and shoes, which I thought was totally bizarre. I couldn't understand that. So I had my sneakers and socks on, and then I had this gown on. Immediately they brought me into a procedure room where I got up on the table, and then there was 3 nurses in there. One of them put an IV in me, so I had, you know, a little mark for the IV, and that really didn't hurt at all. But they do give you a needle. She said there's going to be a little pin, you know, there's going to be a little prick. I'm okay with that stuff personally. I'm okay with getting needles. I just don't look. I'm used to it for all the different surgeries and stuff that I've had in the past. There was another lady there that hooked me up for pulse and taking my blood pressure, and then as soon as they got that all settled, they had me go on my left side, and they had me kind of put my knees up in a fetal position. They put oxygen in my nose and started giving me action. The anesthesia guy came in. He asked me a few questions regarding the anesthesia. So the anesthesia doctor was there to get everything set up to give me the anesthesia. And then the gastroenterologist came in and greeted me. So I talked with him for a few minutes, and he liked my hair. He called me Rainbow Bright, which I thought was kind of funny. They were playing music in the procedure room. They were playing some really good tunes in there. I was in a nice, relaxed, you know, atmosphere. Everybody was really, really friendly there. The anesthesia guy then started giving me the anesthesia, and I could actually, within a couple of minutes, I could actually smell it. Like, they didn't even tell me to count backwards or anything like that. I could immediately smell something in the oxygen thing. So I don't know if they gave me something in the oxygen thing first to kind of put me to sleep, and then they gave me something in the IV to actually put me under the general anesthesia. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I smelled something kind of metallic that for a second kind of freaked me out a little bit, and that's that split second before I actually go under. You're kind of like, because you don't want to like lose control. And then I went under, and the next thing I knew, I was up and I heard somebody say, Joanne, you're in recovery, blah, blah, blah. But before I went under, the doctor actually lifted up my hand and flipped my Fitbit towards me, and he said, it's 8:41. So I knew what the time was when we were starting, and I remembered that 8:41. When I woke up in recovery, the first thing I did as soon as I could open up my eyes is I looked at my watch, and it was 10 after 9. So it literally was procedure literally took from about a half an hour, maybe probably less, and then they gave me some time to wake up. Right? They gave me some ginger ale to drink and sat me up immediately. They took blood pressures. They took like 3 or 4 rounds of blood pressures, and then after that I could get up. I felt okay enough to walk. I didn't have any pain. I didn't have any pain at all from the procedure itself, waking up. I did feel very gassy, and so they make you actually pass gas. They're like, try to pass gas. Like, they wouldn't let you leave until you pass gas, because evidently they put air up there. So it's in your system, so they want you to express as much of it out as possible, not trying to get too grotesque with you guys. Then I ended up, you can probably still hear my tummy grumbling. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but my tummy is still rumbling. So after that, I got dressed, and then they brought me over into a conference area where Janine, my driver, met me, and they gave me the results right then and there, and which basically they said I was clean bill of health, perfect pictures, perfect readings, or whatever you want to call it, perfect test results. They said the results were, everything was fine, everything looked really good, and they said see you in 10 years. So after that, Janine and I, they just said you're free to go. Janine and I left, and that was basically it as far as the procedure goes. When I got home, I was very, very groggy. I actually did go home and I got something to eat first. Then I got home and literally passed out. I took a nap, probably a couple of hours that I took a nap, and I woke up. And so the only after effects I would say that I had from the procedure is I did have a little bit of stomach cramping, for the rest of the day. You know, just my stomach was feeling off. Yeah, and that's about it. So really, like right now, I feel really good. I'm wide awake because I actually took that nap earlier today, so I'm not really that tired. So I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of tell you guys my experience and say that it's not that scary of a procedure. If it's something that your doctor has recommended that you do as far as screening, or if there's been some other symptoms that requires you to have a colonoscopy, do not be nervous about it. It's really a fairly painless procedure, and it's a procedure that actually can save your life. It can detect a lot of health issues by having that endoscopy in the colon. So that's going to be it for my vlog today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. You guys be awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to chat with you tomorrow in my next vlog. Bye, guys.